Hello, and welcome to Under the Hood with ERP Mechanics. I'm Dean Palmer, UK Business Director, and today we're going under the hood to give you an overview of the Lasernet Monitor for tracking data through Lasernet. So, let's take a look.
So here we are inside the Lasernet Monitor. Now it's empty because I've only just started my service and I haven't imported any logs yet. So the first thing I'm going to do is hit this Fetch Newest button here, and that will fetch the latest logs from the Lasernet server. So you can see we now have some things coming up. The monitor is configured in these, or presented in these columns. So type, time, module, thread, message. You can see in the type column we have system, we have debug, there's various different levels of logging information. The timestamp is obviously very important if you are tracing through an issue that's been reported by the business or another user. You can say, hey, when did it happen? And then you can look for that timestamp. And the messages are quite human readable, and that's something that I'm a big fan of with Lasernet. So you can see here that we are just starting the service up, loading the modules, loading the configuration, starting the configuration. And right at the bottom, we can see here, processing started, which means the Lasernet service is up and ready to accept a job. Now I have pre-configured a job here, which has an error deliberately to showcase the error functionality. So I've just pushed that in to my Lasernet server. So if again, I hit the Fetch Newest button, that will go and fetch the latest logs. And we can see that things have changed. So I'll scroll up to the handover point where we were before. So you can see here processing started, which is reported by the Lasernet service module. We are then, again, very human readable, we are picking up a file, this XML file from this location, which is being handled by the file input worker. So you can see what module of the Lasernet workflow is handling the data at that point in time. So inside the file input, we're setting some system job infos that are created for every job that comes in. And then we are passing that job here to the forms engine. So now you can see on the module column, we're inside the forms engine. Again, we're applying some processing, we're applying some job infos, we are matching a form, we're adding our overlays and our design, and then we are printing those pages. Eventually, we make a PDF file, which is fine, 3 pages. We set the file name here, writing the job out to file to the path that I specified. Lovely. Again, human readable, like I said. So you can follow that through from the start of the job to the file being created. Now, I also added a printer output to that job, to that form, which I knew would fail because the printer doesn't exist, but I wanted to highlight this error message here. So you can see here, unable to open printer, printer name, error given by the system, the printer name is invalid. So if you were checking that error, you could then go away and check the printer name, you could go and check the printer connections, you could go and check the network access, whatever it might be. It gives you a really easy to read pointer as to what the problem might be and how you might be able to resolve it. Now, this is a very simple log file because it's a demo build with a single form, but you might be troubleshooting something in a production environment with thousands of records in, right? So you might just want to very quickly filter for an error. So how to do that? Use the Find All button here, and this lets you filter by messages, modules. So if you want to see something that's just happening in the form engine, you can do that. But for this example, I'm just going to click Errors here. So click Errors, show me all the errors, and then we get this pop-up pane at the bottom, which I can expand, which just shows me the errors. So again, you can then zoom in on that specific issue, see the messages about it, and then try and fault find it. So I think the monitor is a really useful tool. We use it a lot here. Fault finding, testing, developing, checking that things are working in the way that we intend them to. And also if we get a report from a customer that something's not working, the monitor is our first port of call.
And that's a quick look under the hood on the Lasernet Monitor. If you want to learn more about this topic or about our Lasernet support services, contact us directly or visit our website for more information.